Hey, mambo vipi? My name is Duncan and karibu sana to Juza. You've seen a couple of videos on this channel, debates mbili tatu hivi we did in the beginning of the year. But yeah, life happened. We had to go back to the drawing board, learning a few things here and there, getting better equipment. Not this one, but hopefully itaonekana very soon, because the feedback we got was that the equipment kidogo, the videos were a bit blurry or a bit dark. Juu tulicreate most of the videos jioni after jobo, because that's when you can get most of the people wakiwa available. But yeah, after a whole period of kujaribu this and that, of trying to create time from job and nini and family and whatnot, finally we're back, and I'm very, very grateful. So hopefully we'll be more consistent and create content that is of value. So what is the purpose of this video? So basically the purpose of this video ni to explain what our position is as Juza. So Juza means Juza ni kujuze, which means nifunze ni kufunze, or I tell you, you tell me, something of the sort. Now, when you created the channel, we jumped straight into it. Unajua, ran straight into the debates without defining what our values are, what we stand for. Mimi ni nani, you know. And I saw that in the debates it was a bit confusing, because hata wezi do you can't play devil's advocate, because then it becomes confusing about what your actual position is. And even structuring the debate was a bit complicated, because you're not starting from a position of confidence. Mtu haezi jua what you stand for and how they can challenge you. But it was, the reason I even put them up and they'll stay there is because the learning is important. The learning how to do debates, how to create content, basically how to talk on video, how to talk in public. It was a whole it was a big learning curve for me. But nashukuru sana, nashukuru. And of course, I'll continue learning, I'll continue getting better. But the reason I really, really wanted to come back to this was because of the moment. Nimekuwa nikiwatch a lot of podcasts, and it feels like it's the moment now. Watu wanaongea about Kenyans waking up, about a revolution, about needing change. Now, one thing my father said is that courage is the highest virtue. And guys in our generation need to stand up and be counted, stand up and be the change that we want to see, because we can't continue complaining bila kufikiria how we can be part of the change. Now, according to me, what is being part of the change? Being part of the change is, as much as protesting has its days and has its merits, kwangu, Kenyans, we need to have conversations. Basically, I think discourse is the way forward for us. That means to chambue, because I don't know, hii is something, maybe we'll have a debate in future, but kwangu, that there is, you people can either have ideas or ideas can have people, as in, and I believe ideas are bigger than us. So conversation yetu inafaa kuacha kukua about people, ianze kuwa about ideas that are big, ideas that are valuable, ideas that are true. So badala ya kufikiria how we can elect the next best politician, how about we think about ideas that are true, ideas that are valuable, ideas that can take us forward, and then tuanze kutafuta watu wana fit hizo ideas. So kwangu nadhani we're doing this in reverse. Instead of talking about ideas, we're talking about people. But ideas can only be discussed, can only be put out there. Have enough courage to stand behind your belief. Have a belief, stand behind it, put it forward, and debate it. And that is what the channel is for. So anything, the channel is supposed to be to talk about anything and everything. No rules, no holds barred. No idea is bad enough or good enough to not be talked about. hopefully everything will be, itakuwa ita abide by YouTube's terms of service, and hopefully atuta break the rules by, talking about some uh, topics that in Kenya are a bit sensitive, especially the hate speech laws and whatnot. But yeah, we want to talk about anything and everything that can be talked about, because good ideas, manze, good ideas should thrive, and we should, have a way of discarding bad ideas, or of telling others about the bad ideas that don't work, so that we don't keep repeating some mistakes. So Mimi, as Duncan, what do I believe? So I believe in capitalism, free markets, all the way. I believe in a small government. So that means that I believe our government is too big, and kwangu a small government has very limited functions, and everything else is left to the people to handle by themselves. So some of the things I believe the government is handling, I think should be taken away from government and handled by us directly. I am a Christian, so I believe in God. I think religion has a role to play, but that is something najua as a debate topic, very interesting. We'll see how it goes, because hata ukiangalia all through the Western world, Eastern cultures, the culture informs their politics, and hata hapa we should think about it that way. Our culture informs our politics. Our politics is informed by our religion, whether African, Muslim, or whatnot, and our laws are a reflection of that. So tunafaa tu reverse engineer and talk about the culture and what informs that culture, or rather the foundations of that culture. That is as far as religion is concerned. Of course, I have ideas as regards education, politics, salaries, nini, sports. All these are topics that will be talked about. But socially, I believe in freedom. I can't tell you what the limit is. But kwangu, socially and culturally, freedom is the highest value. Um, Economically as well, freedom is the highest value. But many people we've seen both. We've seen the extreme ends of capitalism that people don't want to go to. Kwangu, if it's we should try it until we get to a point where it can't be applied. Although I don't think kitukayo exist. I think kwangu capitalism is the best school of thought, or other form of economics that we have that can take this country out of the situation we're in. And the less capitalistic we become, the poorer we become, and the more socialistic and state controlled we become, also the poorer we become. Because kwangu, the government has way too much control in our lives. It's become too big. Has way too much control in our lives. Now that needs to stop. So I hope nitaendelea ku outline a bit more of my beliefs, and of course we'll be doing a lot of reactions on the channel, reactions to other videos. We'll go back to doing a street or school debates, because the two debates we've done zimekuwa in a school setup or an institutional setup. And yeah, and more, and interviews if we ever find fast studio space, because we don't have that. And people who would be willing to talk to us about such topics. So yeah, that would be interesting to see. But basically, that's what Juza is about. Juza is about debate on any and every topic, whoever you are, and it should be good faith. Good faith at the end of the day. And of course, we believe that these conversations and discourse are the way to share good ideas, or even talk about bad ideas. There's no reason why we can't talk about bad ideas if our aim is to disprove them, show that some things are not backed by evidence, or some things don't work. And that, at the end of the day, I believe, the aim of discourse, especially because Kenya kuna like a big gap between where some conversations happen and the people who live these ideas, because kila mtu anaongeanga about kawaida mwananchi, but I don't see enough conversations at the kawaida mwananchi level. I don't see the experts trying to condense knowledge to a kawaida mwananchi level. I don't see them trying to reach out to us kawaida mwananchis. So how are we supposed to know these things? But people do know these things, because nazionanga in comment sections, in YouTube videos, people talk about these things, but hakuna forums za kuzi bring out these ideas into the open. And hopefully Juza will be the place where that is done. Subscribe, like, and share, and you can reach out to us. Nitaeka our address in the description, so that if you want to send us an email or a WhatsApp, so that you know about what topics you'd like to talk about, how you'd like, if you'd like to debate, and we can keep it moving. Asante.